Warning. The following program contains elements of nuance, sarcasm, and satire. If you are unfamiliar with these terms, it's highly suggested you pick up a dictionary or do a quick Google search. Some names have been redacted to protect the identities of all parties involved. Listener discretion advised.
Okay. All right, for real now. Now it's recording.
Okay.
So, it's the emergency...
No, this was not an emergency.
No, it's...
This is a laid-back, everything's okay podcast.
Last-minute edition of the Comedy Simp podcast. It's late. We're coming at you, broadcasting from a secret location right now. Yeah. Somewhere in the western Washington
We're in
region.
the mountains. Like, if you can't tell, see these rocks? We're deep underground. Yeah. Underground mountains, reptilians.
We're off the grid, you know?
Yeah.
We're where that John McAfee guy was? That's where we are right now.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to end up...
John, you know what's crazy? John McAfee, he just, like, exposed some internet stuff, right?
Yeah.
But, like, what about Epstein? What about people who molest people and hurt people? Like,
What about Diddy? What about P Diddy?
What about P Diddy?
I mean, innocent until proven guilty, right?
You know what's... Okay, P Diddy's music is just not that good.
No,
so
I've never...
throw him in jail.
I've never liked...
R. Kelly,
yeah.
His music is good.
Yeah.
I love I Believe I Can Fly.
I don't see nothing wrong.
I love that song.
With a little bump and grind.
Yeah.
You know?
R. Kelly is just like... He might be innocent still. I still think R. Kelly might be innocent. But P. Diddy, I've never... The only thing P. Diddy... Like, the only thing he ever did that I was, like, intrigued by was when he did the movie Get Him to the Greek. It's not even a rap song. Yeah. He was in a movie. So, like, him. P. Diddy, he definitely molested those girls. Throw him in jail.
He was in Monsters Ball.
I think that we need to... Okay.
With Halle Berry.
Do you remember when there was that, like, weird thing that who had the weed pen... The soccer player or something went overseas. The basketball player went overseas with the weed pen and went to jail.
Oh yes. I forgot her name, but she's the lesbian WNBA player.
So we need to trade. So yeah, okay. So
whatever
anyways,
her name
what
is.
I was trying to say is we need to trade. We need to trade R. Kelly for P. Diddy. We'll give you P. Diddy. Let R. Kelly get out of jail now.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll give you
a prisoner exchange.
We're gonna give you P. Diddy, but let R. Kelly free. Let him fly like an eagle. Please.
Yeah,
I need R. Kelly back.
I mean, music has not been good for a long time, and it's not like P. Diddy's been contributing at all.
Dude. You know? Put him in jail, but we need to do an exchange. We need R. Kelly out. What if that's how jails work? Just like every time one prisoner goes in, and even if you're still a bad person, you get out.
So hold on. Let's just pretend for a minute, all right? So what I read about P. Diddy was it was this report from this producer, this guy that wanted to be big, and basically Diddy brought him in and flew him to all these different houses. And
how did Diddy get all this money? He's a black guy. How did a black guy get all this money?
I think it's a conspiracy.
A
government
it's a Jewish conspiracy
to take over the world with black culture.
Day, so how's this Diddy guy? He's probably pimping or something.
So, well, basically, like, since he's so rich, he would like take this guy around and like slowly just introduce him to this gay stuff. Like, so this guy's producing a beat. P. Diddy, whoever else is there, is, they're coming up with lyrics. They're having a good time. It's a good day in the studio. And then Diddy's like, hey, man, check this out on my phone. And the guy looks over, and it's two dudes' phone.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what do you think about that? He's like, can we get back to the song? Come on, man. And then all of a sudden...
you don't feel like that all the time in everyday life?
I mean,
I do.
Life,
I do. I feel like I guess maybe not in your life. I feel like I'm always being infiltrated by gays.
Yeah.
Gay people are always trying to infiltrate Rob Conroy.
Why wouldn't they?
Just even if I turn on
Look at
Netflix,
ya. Yeah.
even if I turn on, so this is why I don't believe you, because even if you turn on Netflix, Stephen Michael James, you're gonna see probably some gay dude.
Yeah.
It's pretty it's like the last time I actually lost Netflix because they figured out I was stealing passwords.
Yeah.
But the last time I was looking at the Netflix queue, I think it was like Stranger.
Stranger.
Yeah, it was like Naked and Afraid that there won't be any more in the queue. What else is in the queue? There's a lot of gays. They're trying to program us to becoming gay.
It wasn't Netflix. It was Nutflix.
There was actually, there's actually just like one of the
Wetflix.
thumbnails was just a big giant, and I clicked on it, and it was just a picture of Charlie Sheen that it brought me to. I don't know. Netflix needs to figure.
Weird how like that whole Charlie Sheen thing with his. Like years later, he was like, "Oh yeah, I had HIV. That's why I went crazy." Like
I forgot about that HIV.
yeah,
shit.
he said that was the whole reason he went. And remember,
He said he went crazy because he had HIV.
yeah,
That's
why he went off the rails. That's why he
Dude,
just,
I
did all this
forgot about that. That is the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cocaine.
winning.
It wasn't the cocaine or the meth or the
The crack. He was
amphetamines or
in
the
crack,
crack
yeah.
or the hookers or the delusions of grandeur or the
freebase
partying. It wasn't any of that. It was the HIV that I caught.
Yeah,
Like, what the dude, that is just that he said that is the most coked out,
yeah.
like crazy ass.
He looks so
stupid-
weird now,
Yeah.
like because he's got new teeth. You know, like old people when they get those fake, like super white teeth, and like every time they talk, you could hear like them blowing through their teeth and stuff. He just looks totally different now. But
Whistling Dixie.
remember that time back in 2010, 2011, where the whole world was just making fun of this guy falling apart, and it was for our entertainment. You know, Tiger's blood, Adonis DNA. Yeah, TMZ was all over Charles.
Yeah, I mean,
Sheen.
we always like to watch somebody crumble. I mean, it's happened with Charlie Sheen. It's happened with Kanye West. It's happened with Britney Spears.
Yes.
What's her name? Amanda Bynes. You know,
yeah.
so many. We love to watch. So here's the thing: people love to watch actors emotionally break down after they've been raped, abused, and molested, and then make fun of them, and then after all that's said and done, then they like to go, "Oh my God, we're so sorry that this happened, and now we're gonna fight for you." You know what I mean? Like these. Thank you, people, for being on the side of all these stars. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, you know, it's weird how. I don't know if it's always been like this. Well, I mean, obviously it's always been like this, but I don't know if like our parents were like this kind of invested in like Hollywood and entertainment and even kind of that kind of stuff. But
I mean,
it's weird how everything has to do with pedophilia. Like I had no idea that pedophilia was such a big thing. Like I thought it was really like a select few bad apples. You know, I did not know that it was actually a pandemic.
Yeah.
There's a
No, it's like
pedophilia pandemic in the world right now.
Yeah, it had always had been.
Yeah,
You know,
but now it's becoming more. And
but
more
now it's
prevalent.
being exposed and people are mad about it.
So, what if like every famous celebrity ever was like they got that way because they gave sexual favors? You know, Tom Hanks, Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, it definitely
Kevin
is sexual
Spacey,
down there.
Samuel L. Jackson. You know,
Samuel L.
like
Jackson,
every
dude.
single famous.
about,
What if every single famous person, they all had to do something? You know, they had to give up the booty.
That'd
You
be-
know,
it would change all the movies
yeah.
forever. Yeah.
I mean, that would be a great movie. I would watch that one. That would be great. You know, the story of the real story of Hollywood.
Well, I just
Yeah.
the movies would be different. Like who's the star of Training Day?
Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke.
Right. So what if Denzel Washington at the end of Training Day was like, he's like, my ain't gotten nothing on. I don't know, dude. There was almost something that would have been really good for this clip, but now it's lost.
That's okay.
It was so close. We should edit this part out.
Yeah. Maybe we should keep this part.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But anyway,
it actually does. I've watched like a lot of videos. There's this kind of attitude going around, like everyone can be a star, everyone can be an influencer, and like all you need to do is just to get in the flow and just do your thing. So I've watched people doing YouTube videos that are really badly edited, where they're like, "Ooh, I just flubbed up that word, but that's okay because I'm just gonna keep doing it. It doesn't matter." It's really cringy to watch.
yeah, and it's funny that like a lot of the successful channel. What? Did you lose it? Did you turn it off? Let's find out.
Hello.
You're still there.
Okay,
yeah. Woo. It's funny how a lot of the most successful channels are videos about how to be a successful channel, and it's like
I know, isn't that a kind of a weird thing that we should maybe all think about? That I've joined TikTok like 6 times and then deleted it 6 times because every time the first like videos that are recommended to me is like how to become a big TikTok sensation, and it's just really suspicious to me.
Yeah. I actually like TikTok it's really annoying, but there's a couple of these people that do these things are like, all right, I'm going to mix this and this together. And it's like, all right. And then it's like at the end of the video, they're like, all right, go to the next video to see what happens next.
Yeah, no. When you know you're being obviously manipulated, have you ever done those videos where it's like, hey, watch what I'm doing, this crazy thing, and then it's like I'm putting a balloon into a toilet seat, and then I'm taking sand and putting it in a toilet seat, and like they're just like this absurdly, obviously weird thing, and you like know what's happening. You know in your mind they're doing this. They're like psychologically.
They just want my engagement.
Yes,
they want me to get
you
to
know,
watch
but you're like, but I'm still gonna watch because I want to see where that sand in the toilet balloon goes. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, you know what's happening, and you know why they're doing it, and that's magic.
Yeah, you gotta have
that's Negro magic.
I was gonna say you gotta have like a niche with as much TikTok. I think what would be cool for you if you did TikTok is if like in Fight Club how they would splice in these 1 second like millisecond clips of like Brad Pitt like and like you'd go back and watch it a second time and be like, oh, there he was.
There's
yeah.
Oh, that's the only part I remember.
You should do that, but like with the N-word. So like only people have to listen to your clip like going super slow and like barely, and it's not even.
What if?
And it's not you saying it. It's just a clip that you found from another. So
what if this happened?
You won't get in trouble for saying it. You're just using a clip that you found off of a video or something. So what?
Oh, I'm watching my own clip that I recorded by myself, but then somehow I accidentally did slip the word in.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know I did it when I did it at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, I just totally subliminaled myself.
This is what we do here at the Comedy Simp podcast. We make dreams come true.
Yeah. We're going to be just as famous as Little Xan.
Lil Xan. Oh, Lil Xan.
Lil Xan.
Oh, man. He's still around?
Yeah, he's sober now.
Oh.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I remember he made remember Michael Rappaport went after him because Lil Xan was like, I don't like Tupac.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny. He's like, I watched this podcast with him. He's like, yeah, I'm sober now. I feel really bad about that Tupac stuff, but I can't take it back. It's part of my life, but... Anyways, like I still smoke weed and drink a lot, but
I'm sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw.
Which is fine, I think we should just take sober off the lexicon. There's no such thing as sober. What does sober mean?
I don't know. I tasted a sour pickle earlier at the Hell Yeah Pod. Now I'm looking for my water bottle.
All right, this is gonna be the most.
Where's my water? Hey,
who cares?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
So
we're
comedians.
We're crazy people yelling It's basically this is actually proof. I think the liberals are kind of right in some sense. Like we technically could be just ranting homeless people outside of a tent. Like, how do we afford podcast equipment? Why? How are we doing this? Because everything we're doing is the exact same thing that a delusional, crazy person would be doing.
The truth is, this is an illusion. What you're seeing right now, what you're hearing right now, you are actually hooked up to a giant pod of human beings, and you're being. All your energy is being fed to a machine. It's like the Matrix, basically. Like we're all part of.
Wow, that
we're all
movie
we're all part of that Matrix thing, you know. That movie that was so successful in 1999.
Yeah. Thanks for making that. Hey, Matrix. Thanks for making the movie The Matrix.
Yeah. Thanks
We
for letting us know
appreciate it.
that we're self-aware now.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you do that, Matrix? Why would you make a movie exposing yourself? Why would you do that? You had everything going for you so well.
Isn't it interesting that both directors are brothers who became trans women? The Wachowski brothers became the Wachowski sisters. What's that about, folks?
They're like, why?
What's up with that?
They're like, the Matrix is like, all right, the only way if we ever expose ourselves that this is a real thing, we have to make a movie about it. But if we do make a movie about it, it's gonna really like I'm saying really like go and have men go get pregnant type.
Tracy Morgan has entered the building, folks. So yes, I was gonna say we are comedians. Yeah,
We
we're
are comedians.
It's,
Dude, that should be the name. Okay, don't call it comedy.
Comedy Simp.
We are comedians.
We are comedians. The podcast.
We are comedians. So
it's like that meme.
We are comedians.
We just
Are comedians.
We'll just be like medieval jesters. That'll be our.
So, as the Archimedean,
Is His Highness aware of what has been going on lately behind the scenes in the comedy scene? Is His Highness
comedy
amused?
scene has been quite askew since the jester has left his jingle bell. Because we are the comedians. So stupid. We are comedians. We are comedians.
We represent the Comedians Guild.
We are the magical society
Of comedians.
of comedians.
We are the White Society. Okay, the Magical Society of White Comedians.
The magical society of white comedians. The white comedians have gone afoul against the black comedians in the courtyard.
Oh, by the way, I just remembered we did talk about cannibalism earlier. And on the subject of that, I asked these guys a question. I'd like to ask you the same question. If, Rob Conroy, you were a cannibal, which comedian in Seattle would you eat?
Oh my God. I think they all taste gross, to be honest. Dude, I'm going to actually really legitimately think about
Oh, I think we lost the audio, but it's all right. Video's still going. And
Yes.
audio is back. No more screaming. If you were a cannibal and you had to eat one comedian from Seattle, who would it be and why?
Okay. So, who's the wokest comedian in Seattle? Is it Jess Anderson? Who's the wokest?
I don't think so. I think it's got to be somebody who performs at comedy/bar. But she honestly, I mean, she went on somebody else's podcast.
Okay.
I feel like she's trying to loosen up a little bit, but there's
the reason I ask.
obviously
The
somebody.
reason I ask is
Yes.
because if I don't know who it would be exactly, unless you can give me an idea in my mind, because it needs to be the wokest one, and I have the reason why I'll do it. I just don't have the person yet.
Okay.
But it has to be the wokest one. So let's assume it's Jess Anderson. If she's the wokest comedian, It's because in honor of indigenous people, and when they would do, especially in South America, they would do their cannibalism sacrifices to the gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I know she would want, one of the wokest comedians, Jess Anderson, would want to pay homage to those sacrificial ceremonies of the indigenous people that are cannibals. So like I would want, so it would be like kind of a 2-for-1, so that I would eat her not because I hate wokeness, but actually to help her understand, like, this is wokeness. We eat each other and we praise the sun and molest children.
That is wokeness. All right. That's a good answer. Good answer, as Steve Harvey would say. Good answer. We're not keeping any of this, folks. No. We're going to keep some of it.
No, we should keep it all. I'm actually, it's funny because earlier in the pod, I was like, we should not allow all this online. But now I've decided. I'm a comedian, and I have decided.
Careful, don't scream. We gotta make sure we got audio.
We're
Audio's
gonna
still
put
working.
this whole entire podcast online because it is just that brilliant.
Well, let's see. Let me try to get it. Let's try to get us back on track here. Okay, so we are comedians. It's early in the Friday morning now, but it was previously Thursday night. Rob's been taking a little bit of a break from comedy recently.
What are you talking about? I just did
Well,
comedy
hold on.
tonight.
He's just, just taking a little bit of a break, just working on himself, that kind of stuff. But he does have a show coming up on the 16th.
April 16th.
Where?
Somewhere in Tacoma.
All right, we're going to put it up on the screen. On April 16th.
He actually hasn't sent me the information yet, though.
But Rob wanted to go out tonight and work on his craft at 4B's. So tell us about what was the report tonight at 4B's over in Seattle Thursday night.
I showed up a little late. I was actually debating if I should even go, because I'm like, I haven't done comedy in a while. And does it have to be 4B's as where I dip my toe back into it? I mean, I can do it tomorrow, or, I was doing that whole thing. And I was like, no, I'm going to 4B's. But that whole battle in my mind took a little time. So I was late to 4B's. Got there around, I think, 9:45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're pretty freaking late.
I thought it starts at 9.
No, I thought, isn't it 8:30?
No, I thought the sign-up was at 8:30.
Oh. I don't know.
It's funny. I've hosted 4B's like 5 times, and I think I'm right though. I think it starts.
So,
I think it starts at. It's like at 8:39ish. Anyways, 9:45. That's only an hour.
Okay.
I mean, it's really not. Like usually, there's still people there.
Compared to the place where I was at tonight, there's usually quite a bit of signups at 4B's. At least like 10 to 15 on a good night. So, what was tonight like though?
Maybe I'm wrong because I did show up at 9:45.
Yeah.
But I walk in there. You got a comedian Femi. You have a comedian Ryan Padilla.
Leo Miller hosting.
Leo Miller is hosting. Comedian. There was one Indian guy who just for whatever reason just really was enjoying the show. Indian audience. One audience member, Indian guy. Viradeth actually walked him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but not because he did. Viradeth was doing some great jokes about. He said retard. It was great. I loved it. And then I was like, make sure you say that joke in Capitol Hill. And I don't know. It was it was basically I performed for 3 people.
Yeah.
Even Ryan Padilla had left by the time I got on stage.
It takes him a while to leave.
My own partner, and yes, also the guy, not sexual partner. Not to be mistaken.
Although he does swing that way.
Of course.
He admits it. He admits it. It's not an insult.
It's like That's so funny. Yeah. Not an insult. He said it. He said he's bi.
I'm trying to be an early 2000s comedian right now. Like I'm
funny.
like a Dane Cook, you know.
Good.
So yeah, was it noisy though? Because usually when I go to 4Bs,
there was like 6 people in the playing pool.
Really? Wow. That's because the last time I was at 4Bs, it was loud.
It wasn't even a joke. It's this like really, really, really bad premise I came up with where I was like, I think I texted it to you. I was like, I don't know why people keep calling me transphobic. Like I literally am the same as a trans person. Like I take myself way too seriously. If you say the wrong word, I'll kill myself. Like I did do that joke. Nobody laughed. And then I'm pretty sure there's a trans woman there because there was a girl there. I could never see her face. She always kept turning away from me. But she was at least 2 inches taller than me. So she's either like,
really tall
WNBA player or probably a trans. But,
maybe she was that WNBA player who snuck the vape pen over the. I don't know. Maybe.
No, I liked it. I liked that. That was very beautiful.
But well, that's too bad. I mean, Whiskey Mile wasn't much better, but went out there and had the regular folks that normally frequent there, and the one black person that usually frequents there, and.
The guy that likes me.
Yeah, and a few comics, the old regulars, the Jordan Macias, and
he still owes us 5 people.
Who's that other guy? Michelle, and then
the crybaby.
Adam Tiller's buddy, Mike DeVore.
Opened up. Oh my God, Mike and I had a super long conversation on FaceTime one day.
Really?
Yeah, because like he like posted this like it was just some like screenplay that he wrote, and I read it, and it was like it sounded exactly like a meth psychosis, and it was. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I read your whole screen. He posted on Facebook, like nobody read it. Maybe some people did. I don't want to disparage it, but I was like, yo, I read it. I loved it. I was like digging it, dude. I was you, and so anyways, he's like, can I call you? And like we had this like hour-long conversation. He's like, yeah, man. Like I wrote that because I was in like a psychosis. That was me when I went to the mental hospital. I'm like, dude, bro, I get it. I feel it. Like I was literally, I understand you, man. We had this like really like huge connection. And then I deleted Facebook 3 weeks later because some bitch made me feel sad or something.
They do that. They do that. Mike DeVore, though, I've seen it. He posts a lot of very emotional stuff online, but I've seen him a couple times, and he's pretty funny. He has some pretty good jokes. So shout out, Mike.
Maybe I should start going back to Whiskey Mile,
But this
Mike DeVore.
Oh man, this other chick came on, and she was like 24 and was not even. There's so many of these like girls out there that like, every guy wants, and so
wait, what's your number? This is how. Wait. She was there.
I mean, this is like, I feel like how this girl's kind of carrying herself. Like I'm the hot. So she just goes up there and she's just like looking at the signs in the bar and talking, and then saying weird like
that girl went on.
Your dad.
Hey. Huh? That girl went on stage?
Yeah.
What's her name?
She called herself
all right.
But she was like this like little emo skinny girl. Like,
I'm just saying, anytime a girl like that thinks she's all hot and then goes on stage and talks into a microphone, like she's probably insecure enough. Just saying.
Well, I mean, I'm married, so.
Yeah. But if you ever want to.
I got your number, so I can pass it along. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't like when people just waste time. Like, if you have an idea, like I know PJ, sometimes he just has an idea and he just talks, and at least that's something. I just hate when somebody shows up and they have nothing and they just look around and then try to come up with something. That just irritates me because you're wasting my stage time. Like, I'd rather just go up and tell my joke.
You're becoming a true comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's part of the comedy, dude. You have to, like, if that didn't happen, you wouldn't be able to hate it. And so I appreciate that part of comedy. I like it, especially also if they're hot and they're cute and they suck.
Well, and then there was this other chick who was talking about she had an abortion from a threesome. She got pregnant from a threesome and then had to get an abortion.
And she's like,
And
I know the baby was gonna be black though, because they were both black guys.
I mean, she wasn't as well. I mean, she's probably somebody out there found her attractive, but
Oh, was she like that?
it's just kind of like
I love it when there's like,
I
love it when the ugly ass chicks go up there on stage.
I don't want to say that because that's not. I'm a
Yo,
nice guy,
but
man.
here's the thing, Here's the thing.
She's just not.
When those ugly ass chicks go on stage and say the same thing that the hot ass chicks are going on stage, you have to recognize that those hot ass chicks see themselves as ugly as that ugly chick, and that's how you know.
Well, probably, yeah. But yeah, nobody did very good. But I still want to try and do something. I really want to take a break from comedy, honestly. but I just force myself to keep going out at least once a week.
Yeah,
and
no,
just
I'm
do
dead, dude.
something,
I'm like, it was so dead today and so weird and desolate, like,
Mhm.
and it was so taxing on my mind because I'm like, I wasn't even gonna really go, and then it was this dead and stuff, and it's like, is this like a sign? And I'm gonna keep going. I just don't care. I've literally lost Steven. And it's not, and this isn't some defeatist thing. Like, I actually feel very alive. I've lost, like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm gonna go when I want to go. I'm gonna not go if something happens with it, like, obviously put work into it. But I'm not gonna put like just vast amounts of energy into a black hole either. So like, I'm willing to work, but I'm not like, I'm at the point now where I don't care. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, I see me, dude. I see my flaws, obviously, when I get super suicidal, but I also see my greatness, and like, it's and maybe I can never find a balance between those two, and maybe I'll never be anything. Who cares? Like, I'm just gonna just live life and like do what I like to do, and sometimes that's gonna be go to an open mic, and maybe it'll be like work hard on open mic sometimes. I don't know.
And he wanted to delete this podcast. That was a clip to save upon clips. Yeah. You know, it's remember I was talking about the first episode, I kept saying, but we're doing something different. We talk about it all the time. Everybody's like kind of just doing the same thing, and I'm not interested in doing the same thing. I'd rather do something a little bit different.
We're like mumble rap.
We're doing our own show. We're doing our own style of comedy, and have our own style of humor, and whether you can like it or you can not like it, and we can coexist. We don't have to.
Yeah,
it's been.
And if you don't like it, like, you don't like, and it doesn't thrive or succeed, like, that's also fine. Like, it's whatever. It's just like, let's fuck around. I do get, like, dude, I got a new follower yesterday and another follower the day before, like, so when you get like, when you go from 100 followers to 106 followers, it's really not a big deal. But I started to realize, and I would never think that, like, today I realized, like, hey, that's kind of cool. Like, some random from who knows where, like, saw a video of me and was like, I need to, this guy, I want to see him again, so I'm going to subscribe to him. Like, even if I don't need to, like, think about these big numbers. And it gets cool that one person that I've never met before, like, I was like, hey, look at that guy. I'm going to, that's cool. I relate to him. That's nice.
I've been really kind of introspective on all this stuff, all this comedy, and there are there's this thing going around where, like, everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to be a star and have their own thing, but there are definitely, especially in the real world, there are definitely people that don't want that at all, and they just want to be entertained. And I feel like there's room on the table for everybody as far as entertainment goes, as long as there's good intentions behind it.
I want to be entertained and also make money and entertain myself with children.
with money. Yes. Yeah. We want to buy our I'll have to show you. I think I sent them to you already, some of the other poster concepts that I came up with.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, I was showing them to the guys at the bar, and they're like, "Oh, I was like, dude,
Yeah, everyone. No,
this is like
even
so mellow.
dude.
compared-
Even I am getting a weird feeling, but I don't care. Like I'm not, because like I just, dude. And I already got, dude. I have a, like I said, my friend is like going out and promote. I have this girl that's just like going out of her way, taking it upon herself for no reason, just like promote this. And so there's people that will do this, and like if you know, so if other people are like, I don't know. It's like it's fine. And if it doesn't pan out, who cares?
Whatever. It's just
Yeah.
just do something else.
Yeah, it's like if it did, you know, like okay, for example, like the first disability show, it really did pan out. There was like 120 people there.
That's
Cool,
crazy.
big whoop. Hey, ask your friend who Rob Conroy is and what's It's Okay to Laugh. Like nobody will know. You know, it's meaningless regardless. So like,
Yeah, I think the bigger thing that we've all been talking about is do you want longevity? Because everybody, I feel like everybody can learn how to tell a joke if you practice, but do you have the personality? Do you have are you willing to put yourself out there, willing to open up and show why you're different than everybody else? Because it's been very sterile. You know, I love that phrase. What it seems like to me is back when I was playing music, there were these people that they were the local bands and they were the big shots.
the big funny.
But they would never leave town
Yeah.
and try and do anything else because they were comfortable in
Well,
their
it's
spot.
the same thing. Yeah,
You know?
it's the same thing as comedy.
I just don't understand that mindset. I'd want to go to as many places as possible and see as many different people as possible.
Well, I think it's a
Try
limiting.
different things, and
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand either mindset, to be honest.
and it's more like instead of actually pursuing the art of wanting to do it, it's like, hey, I'm part of this club, and I get to be part of this club every week, and you get to see me do this thing. And we were even talking about earlier after the pod, like how certain people that we love are just doing the same set because they got these spots at these clubs and not trying anything new. And it's no way to be a real comedian.
Yeah,
and really,
you know why? It's comfortability. It's like it's fear of failure. I've been going through it over and over again. That's why I like I've finally accepted like I'm okay to fail, dude. If I fail, dude, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's fine. It's fine if I fail. And like I don't even have this. I don't even have this anymore. I'm good. I'm special. I'm Rob. I know I'm special. I don't even have that anymore. Like I just don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my thing, and it'd be awesome if something comes of it. But I literally don't care if I fail. I just don't.
yeah, I mean, life is short.
Yeah. But like I finally feel it in my heart. It's so different, you know. Like because everyone can be like, "Oh, I don't care." I actually finally feel it. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it, and like, you know, because this is life, man. You gotta enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride.
Well, I think when you start out, everything's just so exciting, and there's all these different possibilities of like where do these roads lead, and how high can you climb on the mountain, and what kind of can you make this into a lucrative, you know, successful life for yourself, or is this, you know, after that initial, you know, few months to 6 months to a year, then you start to realize that it's a grind, and most of it has nothing to even do with comedy. It has more to do with promotion. So
Yeah.
and the only people that are going to make it are the people that are going to continue to want to promote themselves. And there are people in comedy that I see. I don't want to say their names, but I mean, they're smart. I see their face all the time, and I don't even if I don't want to see their face, I still see their face, and I know who they are, and I know that they're out there and they're busy and they're doing their stuff. But I'm excited about our show. You know, our show's gonna have a different tone than a comedy show. It's a little grungier. We got our DJ on the turntables.
Yeah, DJ Lefty.
DJ Lefty. I'm trying to get a little person to come to the show.
You better not try. Get them, dude. You can literally pick him up and bring him.
Yeah.
You can stuff him. You can kidnap.
Like if he can just tell his wife that he's gonna get paid $20, then he'll be there.
Yeah, just
pay him $20 and we can do all sorts of fun
I
stuff.
mean, yeah, we've literally sold 3 tickets still. I mean, it's still months away. Nobody's selling. Everyone's like promising, I'll sell these tickets.
Yeah.
I honestly don't care. I don't think I don't have like low expectations. It could easily happen all of a sudden, like boom, boom, boom. It's happened before.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And what it doesn't matter whether it's 3 people or 30 people. Like we're just.
I feel like if it's like 3 people, I'm gonna cancel it.
Okay, yeah. I guess if it's 3 people, we will cancel it. But if it's 10,
no, I feel like it's got. I mean, let's not even think about that.
Yeah, we're not talking about numbers.
If it's 3 people, I'm gonna cancel it.
This is why we start This is like.
So if it's goddamn, if it's 4 people, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm like, cancel. I said 3.
I mean, maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm everything that I do, I kind of think about back when I was in a band. So I think promoting it
back
more
in the band.
back in the band.
You should write a song. Back in the band.
Back in the band.
Back in the band.
Back in the van.
Before I did comedy.
Yeah. I did.
Everyone was mad at me.
We were doing a lot of pills back then, man.
Lots of pills.
Lots of hiking.
Nothing has changed.
Muscle relaxers?
I had somas. I did a lot of somas.
Yeah, so we would do somas.
I had a seizure from somas.
Really?
Yeah, in front of my mom. I was like, I got, so like, she didn't know me. I was like this pill popping, like I'd pop Xannies and like all the time. I went through withdrawals in front of her. Like I'd gotten off it and I was living in this like tiniest apartment with her. And she's like, you can stay here as long as you're not on like drugs or whatever. And then I somehow found somas. And I was like, I can hide these from my mom. And I could. Because they were like, they just kind of made you feel drunk and stuff. Yeah. But I just kept popping them. And I popped them so many times. And I was like talking to my mom and I was like, yeah. And then, and I just like had a seizure in front of her. And she's like, are you on drugs? And I'm like, I've been popping these Soma things.
Those things were awesome, man. Like if I took 3, I would stop. Like it would be hard to talk. I'd be like, like.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm telling you, they get you. Like the problem is like, the more you take, it's like it doesn't get you more like, it's hard to. It like puts you into a seizure.
Yeah,
the reason it's hard to talk is because you're starting to have a stroke.
Yeah. There is a threshold.
Yeah.
The professional wrestlers were way into the somas back then.
Yeah. No, somas are dope. I mean, but like they're probably, I've never done a Quaalude, but I'm sure they're like pale in comparison to Quaaludes. I think Quaaludes are probably way sicker than those. It's like all the drugs of old.
Yeah.
Oh, as a comedian, the drugs of old are much better than the drugs of new.
May I have a Quaalude, please? Yeah, my mom would tell me about the diet pills back in the day. It was just straight up meth, you know.
Oh yeah, I miss those days, which I never experienced. I literally never experienced them. That's how much I miss them.
Yeah,
that's how much of drug I am.
I
have to pee.
Meth.
How long have we been talking?
I don't know. So this says 24 minutes. So why don't you pee and I'll just keep talking for a minute. So, wow, guys, I can't believe this. The Comedy Simp podcast. Still going. You thought it was gonna end, Nick Cody, Scott Coburn. You guys thought that this was not gonna keep going, but we're still going. So, I guess I'll talk about Stand on Business one more time. Stand on Business, Central Saloon, Seattle, Washington, Pioneer Square. Awesome venue. A bunch of bands played there. We're going to have a DJ. We have PJ and the DJ. We have Rob Conroy. We have myself, Felix, Jordan. It's going to be awesome, guys. You should go. $10 a ticket. We're really trying to do something fun here. I'm by myself. Here, Friday morning. I will tell you guys, I wish that the last 6 months have been pretty crazy. I started this job, I would say officially in October, and it's a job where I do a lot of going out to different people's houses. I work late. The hours can be pretty late, so it makes comedy pretty difficult. I have a company truck with a bunch of expensive tools in it, so I can't just go drive that truck to the Shanghai room, park it, and then go do my comedy set. Anytime I wanted to do comedy, I had to get home at a reasonable time and get my own personal vehicle, change my clothes. And it has been difficult, especially after doing comedy for a year and then starting to finally feel like you're getting it and getting the jokes and getting the writing. And,
finally figuring it out.
And then I get this job where I'm just working all the time, and it just sucks because it's really hindering my ability to go out and go to these mics and try and be on these shows. And so now I'm just thrilled because that job, I'm done. I got a new job that I'm starting.
You know what just
week.
happened for me?
What's that?
I don't know if this is relatable. You know, comedy's supposed to be relatable, but I had to go pee, right?
Yeah.
So I'm peeing, and I'm, like, hearing you, and I'm, like, feeling rushed. I'm like, oh, I got to get back there. I got to, like, hurry up with this pee, but it's taking forever. So then I just, like, literally stopped peeing, like, probably, like, 8. I'm not finished yet. I still have, like, 2/10 left of pee left. But I stop, right? And I flush the toilet, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. And I start buttoning my, and I'm like, no, I have to finish peeing. And then I unbutton my pants, and I'm like, he can wait. And I finish peeing. I don't know if that's a relatable topic, but that's what I just did.
You know, as I get older, I pee a lot, like, especially in the middle of the night. Like, I'll get up and have to go, or my dog gets up, and then I'm like, well, she's up. I might as well go. And but back to the whole job thing. I mean,
do you pee on the job?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I use a lot of public bathrooms. That's the thing is I don't really ask customers to use the bathroom at their house unless they offer. So I'm using a lot of.
Wait, do they offer often? Like, do you have to use the bathroom?
It's sometimes.
I can tell by your aura.
Yeah, they're like, hey, bud, if you need anything, there's a bathroom right there, you know. But most of the time, I use bathrooms at Safeway, McDonald's. Safeway's interesting because this is how you know you're in a bad neighborhood. If you go to the Safeway and the public bathroom has blue lighting, because the blue lighting is there to hide your veins so you can't shoot up. So if you go to Linwood or Seattle.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, so if you ever go to a bathroom with blue lighting.
Are you sure? I'm going to do research on this.
It's definitely, that's what it's for.
That is
green
insane.
Green lighting too, yeah. Green.
They're still going to try. Like, I would just, like, feel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty buff, so
I think a pro would be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I would still feel for them. They're like,
they just get their phone, you know, like.
Dude, that is the stupidest strategy.
Yeah, it's a real thing. So.
You know, you really should stop. The strategy to stop it is just to make the fentanyl doses stronger, so they die.
Or put it in the ramen noodles.
Yeah. Just.
That you give out at the food bank.
I was thinking about the pee thing though. I when I did landscaping.
Oh, we talked about foreskins earlier too, but go ahead.
Oh, that's not landscaping. Yeah, when I did landscaping, we'd be like in these people's yards, and we'd always have to pee, and they call it Mrs. Summers. Like, I have to go to Mrs. Summers' house or something. I remember it was Mrs. Summers, and that meant like you need to find a place in this person's yard to take a piss.
Yeah,
because even the guy that owned the landscaping company said, he's like, never ask the customer to go inside unless you have to. He literally said, unless you have to take don't ask to go inside their bathroom. If you have to pee, find a secretive spot in their garden. This is like it wasn't a video, but it'd be funny if it was like one of those like videos that they give you.
Yeah. Training, landscaping, training video.
Welcome to landscaping. If you need to take, it's okay to ask. But if you need to take a piss,
you could ruin the roses. Don't worry about it.
Piss in the garden, but make sure the customer does not see you.
I know.
And use fruitful language like Mrs. Summers.
just based on my job, I know how many people have security cameras outside. It's just, imagine it's like you got video of like your landscaper pissing in your yard.
I mean, they probably do.
Yeah.
Now this is back.
That's a whole other porn category.
This is back in like 2008, 2009. So I'm sure it's like it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Probably less cameras.
Yeah, way less.
There still was, and I'm sure there's probably we got caught pissing on camera. And I honestly like. I remember I brought it up a couple times, like in conversation when I got to go do a Miss Summers or whatever. I'm like, what do you think the people like, you know, you just kind of like in a sitcom when nobody sneezes or whatever, you know, it's like they're just like, we know that the human functions happen and you're doing our yard and we just don't want to think about whether you piss or not. But if you do, inside, please. If you got diarrhea, please don't do it on the begonias.
So I'm happy to say my new job, I don't have to piss in anybody's yards, no public bathrooms. I'll be able to get off early and do more comedy. I'm excited about that. Except for if going out and doing more comedy is like doing more nights like tonight, then I guess I'm not excited.
That was horrible.
Yeah. So
for me too, it's pretty bad.
So we got anything else? Anything else we want to cover? Because we've actually almost did an hour.
Yeah, but we have to edit some stuff.
No, we don't.
Sure
We gotta edit out here.
I don't care.
Let's see. Who would I eat in the Seattle comedy scene? Well, that's a tough one. It's definitely not Nick Cody though, because he eats very bad. So I don't think he's
his nacho pies.
Yeah, he's gonna be full of grease.
His nacho pies alone get him off the map.
Yeah, I really, please don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like has a healthy lifestyle, and they would probably be a good person to eat.
I don't know. I feel like it's like too bland.
Too bland?
No, nothing to do with the personality or anything.
Yeah.
Too. Just like I'm just like this is what I'm feeling.
Who's got more flavor?
I think it's spicy. I want something spicy. You know what? Never mind. This is totally turning into a racial thing. Because I think Felix, Felix
has got some nice rump roast on him.
Basically, this is all turning racial.
I think actually Felix is a good category. I think he's soft but hard in the right places.
Yeah.
He's got the Latin spice.
He's got a spice. Yeah.
Felix, we're coming for you, buddy. If the world ends,
smooth and refreshing.
This is the whole reason why he's on Stand on Business, is we're actually going to barbecue him. So pay $10 if you want to see that, guys.
Yeah. Or just go to Haiti, because there's a guy named Barbecue down there who took over the whole country.
Yeah. Shout out
Barbecue.
Shout out to Barbecue, our sponsor of this today's
Thank
episode.
You, new ruler of Haiti or whatever.
Yeah. Follow us at Rob Conroy _Inc. and at Steven MJ Comedy. That's it. We did it. I think. Yes. Oh.
You watch.
53 minutes. You can edit that down to like 45.